Alright, welcome back to the farm, everybody. We have made it to September, and the daily chores are done, but we got some work to do, and we're going to jump in our new Chevy K30 to do it. So, the first thing we're going to do is run over here. I had a lot of trial and error in July and August trying to get the new farm set up. I recorded it and re-recorded it 2 or 3 times until I was finally satisfied. And I need to come over here and pick up this animal cane. I had some issues with the animals and ended up getting a new animal cane. Maybe I'll highlight maybe I'll put a blooper reel in here later, but I don't know if strapping it down will work or not. But anyway, so I sold off all the cows that were here in this corral, but we have some dairy cows that we now need to move over to the new barn. And as we do that, I will give you a tour of what we've done over there on Jim's property. So let me get rid of that. Let's open this up. We'll jump up here and grab our animal cane. Oh, didn't grab it there. And we are going to set it down here. We did spawn some more calves, but the new dairy barn that we put up is bigger. So we're going to keep all the females and we're going to sell the male calves. If I can find my... So you see here we have male Holstein calves there. We have 21 of them, so we'll probably just sell those off. What we're going to do, though, is all these heifers and cows that we're going to move over. Oh, I guess I messed up and already sold my female calves, but that was part of the trial and error, I guess. So 20 heifers there moved. 20 cows there moved. Okay. 17 Holsteins, so 60. Yep. That sounds like the right number there. So now let's pick this thing back up if it'll let me. And stick it in the back of the pickup. Nope, where did it go? It's on the ground. Fun times. Alright, let's try this again. Actually, let's go ahead and fold the tailgate up. Now let's put it in here. Alright. Now we will strap it down, hope it stays. And let's drive over to the new farm. Well, not the new farm, the expanded portions of the farm. See, and that is what happened. So what I had done, I was experimenting with moving the calves around, and I had actually purchased a livestock trailer, and I tried to cheat by putting the cane in the back of the livestock trailer that by itself would only hold about 10 full-size cows. That's how I lost my cane. It's laying out there somewhere. I put a cane full of cows in the back of the livestock trailer, and when I got to my destination, it wasn't there anymore. So, alright. Oh! So you guys saw the hayloft before. What we've done is we've put up a silo here for silage. So we will have silage and hay right there. I did decide to take out the pigsty, and we put up this larger shed here for the dairy cows. So we're gonna see if this will work. Let's jump up here in the back of the pickup. pick up this cane. Where'd you go? It's got a mind of its own, I tell you. We are going to set it down right here next to the animal trigger for this new dairy. And let's see. Yep. All animals have been moved to the husbandry. Now the issue that we're going to have is I'm going to turn off Maize Plus so we can do hay. We'll use grass for both hay and silage now. But here's our dairy barn. It'll hold 43,000 liters of food, only 33,000 liters of milk, so we might have to get a spare tank there, but it'll hold 1.6 million liters of slurry, so we're good there. So if you look around, so we got this nice large enclosure here for the dairy cows. We got our manure pit here. We have our slurry pit over here, which it looks like I'm going to have to do some landscaping here because I got some stuff going on. And then we have our other corral over here where we can still run some Angus calves if we decide to. And that's what we've done. So now it's time to get to cutting the hay so we can start making some hay, or cutting the grass so we can make some hay and silage. And I'll be back when it's time to get to that. Alright, we got the mowing done, so now we're going to get started with the tedder here. I'm going to end up getting Jim to come out here and help me because I got to ted and rake all of this. But the game won't let me hire a worker and also have them do the spots that are not annotated as an actual field. So I'm going to do the edges here, and you can see that what the tedder is doing is it's taking what's in a windrow and spreading it out everywhere. Fortunately, you can't just take the grass and rake it a couple of times and turn it into hay. You have to ted it. I think there's a couple of mods out there where somebody has taken a rake and turned it into a tedder, so it will do both. But for the sake of this series, we're going to do it this way. So I'm going to have you ride along here with me for a minute while we make some hay. I ended up finishing with the 4630 on the mower. I tried the 1855 and the 1070. Both of them went 6 miles per hour. The 4630 was the only one that really got up the hill at a decent pace. But I think we're going to try something next time around. I'm actually going to try it beforehand. All these parts on the edge, I think what I'm going to do is try to take our flail chopper or our mower that we were using on the stalks and see if I can't use that on all these grassy areas on the edge, and if that will mow. I might just use that, especially if it's going to go faster than 6 miles per hour that I did with the haybine. The haybine worked for now, but we'll see if we have some other options. We're going to finish going around here, get the edges of the field here, and then we'll turn Jim loose on the within the actual boundaries of the field, and then we'll come behind him with the rake, and then we have to bale, and then we're gonna have to get a little bit creative in getting the hay into the silos, but you'll see all of that as I hit the wrong button and turn the tedder off. But you'll see all of that. I'm gonna try to keep all of these clips here short so that I can put this all into one video so you can get everything that I want you to see. So a couple more trips around the edge of the field here with the tedder, and then when we come back, I'll have Jim going on the field with the tedder, and I will be on the 1070 with the rake. I'll show you a little bit of that, and then we'll finish up with some bales. Jim's busy on the tedder, so we are doing some raking here. Right now I'm just working on this edge over here. He hasn't come over and gotten this end, so I'm gonna work on this edge a little bit. Like I said, I'm not gonna record a whole lot, but I wanted you guys to see some of this because I'm trying to get quite a lot into this little video, so you're only getting 3 or 4 minute clips of each of these activities, but I want you to get the whole experience here, so get backed up and kind of get lined up here. Drop the rake down. There we go. A little bit faster on the rake than we were on the mower. I think we're going 10 on the tedder too, so this part of the process is a little bit quicker, and it's going to give us, I want to say that by the time I'm done raking this all, the windrows will be a little bit further apart than they were with the mower, which will give us a little bit more room when we come through with the baler. Get my big pile of grass. So what happened there is the last time that I was cutting grass for silage, I actually had the loader bucket on the 4630, and when I came around, the forage harvester, the Field Queen, actually discharged some of the grass into the loader bucket, and I hadn't realized it. And then one of the times I was turning around, I accidentally tipped the bucket because I hit the wrong button on the controller, and it all dumped out on the ground. But since I didn't have a pickup header to get it, there it sat. I had every intention to come back with the loader bucket and pick it up and go dump it into the cow pen over there, but I didn't. So we'll get it now. We'll add it to what's going to go in the silos over here. Hopefully we get enough hay out of this to get our dairy cows through the winter so we can keep making milk. Because right now, I think the last time I looked, we were at probably $60,000 to $70,000 worth of milk when you look at the top market price right now. That'll be in January, so we got a good little start on milk. So hopefully we can keep that going and make a little bit more before it's time to sell. I don't know what happened there. I hit the wrong button and it hired a worker instead of me doing it myself. Okay. Here we go. So yep. Just raking some hay now. There's a void here. For those of you that caught the beginning of the part when I was mowing, I actually saved the game and exited to turn off Maize Plus, and when I came back in, that one swath that I had already mowed had disappeared, and that's because the way Maize Plus works is it changes some of the scripts, so it didn't recognize it as mowed grass because I did it while it was under Maize Plus. So we're gonna finish tedding and raking here, and then we will be back when it's time to make some bales, because it looks like now that Jim's gotten enough here, I should be able to do this end now, and that'll give us some room to turn around. Yeah, and he's going up and down the side over there now. Great. Perfect. Alright. I'll let you ride along for a couple more minutes as I hit the wrong button again. But yeah, I'll let you guys ride along for a couple more minutes, and then we'll be back. Actually, not for a couple more minutes, for a few more seconds, and then we'll be back when it's time to make some bales. Jim just traded us off on the rake because he was done with the tedder. So we're gonna take this back over to the farm and hook up to the baler. It's time to make some bales. And then after that, we only have 2 more steps left in the process. Yeah, I believe so. I think I'm just going to leave the tedder over here next to the hayloft for now. Seems like a good spot for it. There's a little bit of an overhang right there, so I can just kind of back it up in there. Perfect. Need to unfold it first. I guess it'll only let me hook it up if it's folded. Or unhook it, I mean. Alright. There we go. Now we're unhooked. Now let's go get on this baler. Go make some bales. That's interesting. It's not going to hook up to the hitch. It's going to hook up to the PTO shaft. Okay. Whatever works. Whatever works. Alright, I'm going to turn on the menu for just a second because I have to remember B and X, the only buttons I need. Alright. Alright, here we go. Doesn't sound like it's on, but it's running, so here we go. Let's see how many bales we get out of this. Hopefully we can get enough to get a decent amount of food, like I said, for the cows for the winter. Oh, these make some good sized bales. There's 3,000 liters there. It's going to start beeping at me when it gets 90% full. 4,500 liters, that's not bad. Alright, there's one. Let's see how many more we get. Not much to this process, just driving in a straight line and picking up the hay that's on the ground in front of you. Stopping when you get full. Pretty simple process. You can see Jim over there on the 1070. He's up there working on the raking. We're going to get up here to the end and then we'll go across the top and get rid of a couple of those rows that we made up there at the top. So we'll have a little bit more room to turn around and hopefully I don't end up dropping a bale where it's going to be in his way. What is that? 3 bales already? So we're pretty good here. I think we're going to get quite a few. Let's see if they're 4,500 apiece. I'm trying to think on the top of my head, that'd be about 10 bales would fill up the dairy barn one time. So that's not bad. We'll easily be able to do that. This row is going to have a lot because I think I raked 3 or 4 windrows into one on this part. So let's see if I can even pick all of it up here. Yes, picking most of it up. All right. Somebody went straight on that one. I guess that's that's Jim, because the game's using him as a hard worker. He's not recognizing that the field ended right there, and I guess he's driving all the way through. So hopefully none of these bales get in his way, since he's not turning around down there in the gap that I left for him. All right, got a couple of loose pieces picked up to pick up here at the end, where I was trying to figure out the widths that I needed to be on the rake, but there we go. We're making some hay now, making some bales. So that's going to be it for this portion, and I'll be back in a few minutes when it's time to start picking up the bales. All right, I think we ended up with 64 bales. So now it's time to pick them up, and in doing so, we are going to get a little unconventional. But it is a video game, so we got to play it like it's a video game every once in a while. I had just a little bit of hay left over here that I couldn't pick up with the baler. I stopped when I dropped a bale, and I knew there wasn't enough of a swath left to pick up 100% of a bale, or 4,500 liters. So we'll take this extra hay over here and dump it in the wagon. So what I've decided to do is kind of, like I said, this is unconventional. It's kind of cheating the system a little bit. You'll see there's already a little bit of hay in the wagon when we get here, but dump this in here, and then we're going to back up and pick up this bale. And now what's going to happen is the game allows these mixer wagons to kind of serve as a grinder for the bales. So I'm going to pull up to this bale here. Oh, stop without it before it rolls away from me. I'm going to use my grapple. We're going to pick it up. Now another thing with this wagon is already also an unrealistic. The way it was made by the person who made it, it's actually made to hold 50,000 liters, which is really, really unrealistic for a wagon that size. So what we're going to do now is, if I tip my bucket now, and I release my grapple, and I drop this bale in here, maybe. Now it doesn't want to come out. There we go. And it turns into hay. So this wagon will hold 50,000 liters, so I should be able to put 11 bales in it. That's bale number 1. So I'm going to put 11 bales in here, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to use this to fill up our silo. Still learning the ins and outs of this grapple hook, as you can see. But we'll get there. That bale's on the grapple and not in the bucket, but hey, I got it, so that's all that matters. And then I think what I'm going to do, once I'm done with all of this, then I'll actually be able to sell off those silos right there, because I don't need them anymore. And then once I've done that, I'll probably sell off that cattle pen there, take down these trees, and I might make this grass field a little bit bigger. Because what we're going to do now is should no longer need the corn for silage. Since I'm not using the Maize Plus mod anymore, the game will turn hay into silage and recognize it as silage and then hay. So I'm using the base game feed mix, which just needs the two main ingredients are hay and silage, and I'll have those off of just the grass. I'm going to put in some grass over there on the other farm that we just bought. I talked about that earlier. So once I've done all of that, we will just feed the cows from grass alone. So I'm going to make the grass field a little bit bigger just to make sure we have enough food. So I'm going to finish loading up these bales, and once I have a full load, I will come back and show you the last part of this. Alright, we have a full load now and a little bit extra. The loose straw or the loose hay that I picked up with the loader bucket kind of threw off our mix a little bit, but with 64 bales, that means I should be able to put 3 loads in the hayloft and 3 loads in the silo, so that would give us a total of 300,000 liters of food. And if the dairy barn takes about 45,000 liters a piece, that's going to give us a few months of wiggle room until we need more food. So I'm going to pull up here. We're gonna go ahead and put this first load in the hayloft, and then we'll put the next load in, or we're gonna put this first load in the silo, then we'll put the next load in the hayloft and kind of switch back and forth. But I should be able to pull this wagon up now to the unload point, and it should recognize it and allow me to dump this hay into the silo. No, it's not. So maybe this won't work after all. We can get a little bit further away and actually get over here on the trigger. Nope, there we go. Now that I'm on the trigger. There we go. Now let's look. We got hay going into the silo. So let's go around here to our production menu and start making some hay silage. And we're making hay silage. So the next load will go into the hayloft, and then we will be able to start feeding the cows. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching as always. But there's still a lot more to come in the future, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bar so you get future updates. But until next time, this is Andrew signing off from Moose Farms Old School.